I'm going to start recording this also now too, so that we can share it. And there's this chat thing here too. If I can't hear you, maybe answer me there, Sasha, if you can hear me. I see you don't have a microphone, but that's okay. You don't have to have. Yeah, I guess she does now. Lena turned off. Okay, yeah, she has it. Okay. Can you hear me, Sasha? You can't hear me. Can you see me? Okay, I'm just going to keep going. I'm not sure. She said she couldn't hear me. I don't know why. I haven't used this much either. If you can't hear me, that's not a very good thing. Maybe she's in the university. Is she in the university? Is Sasha in the university?
No.
No?
Not really.
Because in that room, you'd have to have some earplugs or something for the.
They are at the internet cafe, I think.
Oh yeah, I see. Well, that's okay. I mean, if I just show my screens, they're not gonna. They should be able to hear me. That's about the minimum. I don't have to see them, but. I see. Well, okay, but I don't know if I talked enough about this Internet of Things. What you do is you add a recipe. If you get a certain, for example, if you get an email, so I can add this to my, I'd have to give my information here. I don't know what my account number was. Yeah, I just have to show you. Oh. This is my, just sign in here, see if I can get signed in. So you would, if you, for example, if I get it would be kind of, I get a Gmail, I have to get my Gmail just a minute, I'll give it to it here. This might not be one I would want to do, but let's say I get a starred email that somebody is important, in other words, it's important. For example, if you were starring my emails, so I'm connected to my Gmail now, and also I connect my Evernote, which is a note-taking outfit. Okay, and I have to sign into my Evernote also to get this set up. Okay, now I have to find my Evernote password here in just a minute. Just showing you how to sign up for if this then that. I don't know if I told you guys this year about Evernote. I might have told you in the third year. You know what Evernote is? Some of you that can hear me? Yeah.
I think at one of the lectures where we talked about that.
Yeah. Okay. So in other words, now what this is going to do, this is probably one I wouldn't do. I'm just showing you though. Okay. So what that means is that when I get a starred email from my Gmail, starred emails mean something important, because not all my, like on your email, okay, somebody there, okay, that's okay. She's Julie. I see you're on there, Julie. You don't have to have a camera, as long as you can hear though. That's okay. But here's what I see these, like for example, starred email. That was from myself, but I don't have too many starred ones there. But let's say something important, like from this girl, is important here. So there's a star beside it. See? So if that's somebody that I know, a friend of mine, and so if she sends me an email that's important, I mean it has this star by it. Oh no, that's not starred. I'm sorry, that's not a star. Here's the star right here. Star is right there. So if I star this one, next time I get emails from her, then maybe, of course, if I look at my email every day, that's fine. I could see that. But maybe you want to save them somewhere else, like for example in Evernote. So what that does is starred Gmails will go into my Evernote account. In other words, that would be like kind of like a backup, you could say. So, for example, if you wanted to star my emails, then you could do that. That was just one example. There's all kinds of recipes. Uh, let's see, I have some set up. If mute my ringer when it's bedtime. Okay, so if it's 10 o'clock, my ringer gets muted after 10 o'clock or 10:30, so that nobody will call me. I think that's a good one to have. If the weather is rain tomorrow, then I get an Android notification on my phone that's raining tomorrow. And that went off 113 times. It said that. I made that a year ago, and so I've got a message like in the evening that it's going to rain tomorrow on my phone. So if this, then that. And there's hundreds of recipes. Create a recipe. Gives you create a recipe, then I can see create a recipe. Let's see. Let me find here. Browse is what I wanted to hit. Just browse gives you an idea of lots of recipes you can have. If this and that. This might be kind of interesting. Recipes for the home. Not so interested in that because I don't have maybe recipes for Android. Okay. So let's find here something. I like that one. Mute by bedtime. That's a good one. Turn off Wi-Fi when your phone's battery is low. That would be fine. If your battery's getting down, you can turn off Wi-Fi. Here's one. Send your Android wallpaper to your latest Instagram picture. Well, I'm not interested in that one. Save new text to receive in a Google spreadsheet. Well, this might be a good one. So if you get new text on your phone, you could save them in a Google spreadsheet automatically. In other words, it does it automatically. So there's all kinds of recipes for iPhone and for your home. If you have a smart home, which we talked about in class, Internet of Things. So here's here's one. Alexa, trigger Nest to 72 degrees. So Alexa was that Amazon Echo that people have in their homes. And so if you just say Alexa, and then Nest is a thermostat, this is of course Fahrenheit, but you could tell Alexa to turn. You're sitting in your chair and you're too lazy to get up and turn up the temperature, so you can tell Alexa to trigger the Nest to 72 degrees. Well, that's really through Amazon Echo, and then the Nest thermostat is from Google. So that would be through this if this then that. Here's one. If you leave home, your lights will automatically turn off. So on your phone it tells you, in your car it tells you left home. So then there's special lights that people have called hue lighting, and that would turn off their lights, or they would dim their lights as they're leaving the house. You don't even have to turn them off yourself. And then here, turn on your lights when you arrive home. So if your car gets back home, in other words, your phone is getting close enough to your house, well, that would turn up your lights. You don't, maybe have 3 or 4 or 5 or more lights. It turns them all up at the right time. So there's all kinds of these different things. Text a neighbor if your Nest protector detects a smoke emergency. So this is good. If your Nest protector is like a smoke alarm, and maybe you're gone on vacation, and so if that goes off, it could, if this then that, if that goes off, instead of telling you about it, it might give a text to your neighbor. So that would alarm them to go over there to check your house. So there's a whole bunch of different ones here. Yeah, set your fridge. Anyway, a lot of these things we don't have in our houses here in Ukraine, but someday maybe we will. So that would be smart homes. And I should have told about if this then that on that other lecture. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is go talk about, well, we talked about Alexa. That wasn't really in the other class with the speech recognition, and it's really for this class too. Like everybody should know about Amazon Echo. I don't know if they sell them here. Probably don't have them here yet, but someday we can use them. Hopefully, it's like kind of like Google Now or Siri on Apple. Okay, so smartphone apps. What we'll do during this class, everybody can tell me a smartphone app that you use on your phone, something different than just the one everybody knows. Try to think of something that maybe nobody's heard about. For example, I'll tell about I like to do quizzes to learn different questions. So I'll just tell you today about everybody should all of us will have an idea. I'll tell you what I use. It's called Quiz Up. Have you heard of Quiz Up? It's
No.
it's for
Not really.
it's for doing um, questions on. You can answer questions like, for example, maybe I want to learn German words. I can uh, beginning German or advanced German or whatever, intermediate German, and then I have it's you're taking a quiz against other people somewhere in the world, real people that are online. Of course, if there are not enough people online on that category, then um, it just plays against the computer. But I've done lots of different things on QuizUp. I like that app. If you've never heard about it, you might try it sometime. So toward the end of the class, everybody will give me an idea of your smartphone app today that you have. All right, now I'm going to go now to talk about starting your own business, which we had. Remember, my friend came in and talked to us. But here's a few things I'll talk about right now. Seed funding. So people that have their own business that at home, I don't know if you've heard of this seed funding. And Y Combinator, TechCrunch, Kickstarter. So here's Y Combinator. This is when people have an idea of their business, then they go to some of these places like and this is especially in San Francisco. You've heard of Silicon Valley, I guess. Everybody heard of Silicon Valley
Yeah.
in San Francisco? Okay, Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley TechCrunch. There's Google. Google has I don't know what they call it. I can't think of the name right now. With Google, when somebody that wants to start new businesses, and Y Combinator is a place like that too. And TechCrunch. There's another name for that too. TechCrunch. I didn't quite have this ready. But these are people that wanted to start businesses, like startups. Okay, this is the new business. And in Ukraine, there's quite a few startups in Ukraine also. Like different ideas that people have, and they get together, and they need more money to start their business. So they come together in a group like this here, and they tell what their business is about. And then there's these investors, these guys that are like richer guys that give money to certain startups. So a lot of them go, especially technology companies, they go to Silicon Valley, and they move there for 3 months, and then these companies help them out, invest in their money, invest in their business. So Y Combinator is one of them, and then they have this demo day, they call it, and that's when they tell what their business is about, and other businesses can listen, and the people that are investing can try, can see what they're about. So Y Combinator, and then there's TechCrunch. Let me see if I can find that one. Just a minute here. TechCrunch. TechCrunch is a magazine that has about technology, but they have a TechCrunch Disrupt. That's what it is. TechCrunch Disrupt 2016. So let's see, when is that? New York Disrupt. Upcoming Disrupt. San Francisco. So I wonder, Sasha and Yulia, can you hear me all right now? They got microphones, so we should be able to hear you. Sasha, can she hear? She's got a microphone. I don't know why we can't hear her.
The microphones are on.
Yeah, it shows they're on, but can they hear us? Hopefully they can hear.
Probably not.
If they can't hear her, that's how in the world. I mean, it'd be kind of boring. It's probably boring anyway, but that's part of the deal. And Yulia says, "Wow," but can she hear? Can you hear Yulia?
No.
I just sent a message there to see if she or Sasha. It'd be kind of boring just to see my screen without listening. So they probably can. I don't know if they can. TechCrunch Disrupt. Okay, so that's the same thing. So they even have now London. London they had last year, and they have. Okay, that's
No.
past events. Sorry, and that one's coming up. Upcoming events. New York is this next in a week or two, and then September is in San Francisco. So. Click on that there. So people that
They've written that they are going to change computer. No, maybe
okay. Well,
they will hear us.
if they're in an internet cafe, they should be able just to plug in a headphone to the phone. I mean the internet cafes have headphones. That seems kind of strange that they can't hear, but anyway, they didn't get to see some of my tricks like my football. You ever seen American football?
Once.
Huh?
Once.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you see my screen right now? I'm not sure if I can. Or not
Yes.
the screen, but can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So that's my American football. I should show people how to play it, but mostly we have girls, so they're not interested probably in the class.
We can try.
We used to have more boys in the class, and then I'd take them out in the spring and show them how to play football. Okay, let's go back to this thing about disrupt. So in New York in May, they would have businesses come together, and 13 days from now. So then they tell them where they come, and they listen to their talks, different ones that talk about starting a new business. There's their schedule. And then they have competition between these different companies, battlefields between the different maybe you can see it this way. It's like a battlefield is when you're fighting against the other, or kind of competing against other startups for the money. And then the different rich guys, and they pick which one they want to invest in. So some of the speakers this year. Some of those people that, yeah, that's, anyway, that would be probably not so much for our students that they'd be interested in, but maybe sometime if you're going to be in a startup company, you'd want to go to some of those conferences, or something like Y Combinator or TechCrunch Disrupt. I'm not used to teaching on an online class like this, so bear with me a little bit. Okay, what about these here two? You're back to my Word file now. Kickstarter or Indigo. I think that's how they pronounce it. Have you heard of those?
Indigo?
Indigo. Indiegogo. Maybe it's Indiegogo. I should look it up. Just a minute here. Indigo.
Indigo?
Indiegogo. It's when you make a new product and you want to get some money.
Is it Russian?
Well, Indiegogo was started in the U.S., I think. Indiegogo. It might be in Russia too, but it's not from Russia. The largest this is it. Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
But it's not just from Russia. It started in the U.S., I think, or, well, I'm not sure where it started. So these are even there was a girl in Lutz that had a product that she wanted to sell. And so what they do is, if you have an idea, let's say you wanted to start, you have an idea to make this flashlight, or like this bulb here, a bulb with a smart light in it. Okay, so you don't have money to make this and sell it, so you put it on Indiegogo, and then people that are interested, they might want to help you out. So they pay. Okay, now we see the other girls come on now. So, okay. Hi, Sasha. Can you guys hear me now? And Yulia. Well, welcome to class finally. At least you know how to get on the online class. Can you hear now? You can't hear. Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry you had to pay for internet, but now you'll know how to get your. Can you share a headphone maybe? You have two. Okay. So the class would have been kind of boring when you can't hear anything. It's probably boring anyway. We're talking about Indiegogo right now. Indiegogo. Indiegogo. I think it's Indiegogo. Yeah. So what that is there was a girl here in Lutsk, and she asked me to go into the recording studio and help. She was making a recording about her product she was selling for babies. When a baby starts to cry, and then the mother's in the other room, and they know that they're waking up. It's like a wristband that they have on their wrist, like a watch band, and the baby has it on its I suppose on its arm too, and it starts to cry, or maybe it has the problem, and the mother knows about it. So she was trying to sell that, and so she made it. She was on Indiegogo. She put her product on here. I suppose it's on here if I search for it, and then you know there's all kinds of different products that people can invest in. So somebody made this nice bike here, or these earbuds, or here's a smart ball. Lots of probably crazy ideas, but maybe some are good. And then you can this is how much these people have 10 days left for this. They're trying to get this much money to start making this. These people here are trying to get over $500,000 to start to make that product. Get products from entrepreneurs on Indiegogo. Here's you can just, if you wanted to get this portable power outlet, then you could contribute. In other words, you'd invest in there. So this tells just a minute. I'm going too fast here. Because we're online, I'm a little bit slower right now. Okay, so for example, they've raised this much money. This company that wants to make this. Sorry, they want to make this. Just a minute. What's the matter? Okay, so we got. I'm trying to get this figured out here. Just a minute. It's pretty hard for those two to be listening now when we got. I can't get my. I just haven't used this enough myself to get. It's okay, Yulia. Don't laugh too much, Yulia. I gotta close my. I don't want to see you guys because that's bothering me. Okay. So this company, say they wanted to make this outlet, this charger thing. So they got 433,000 that people have. They paid $85. People have paid $85 because they think this is a good idea. These people that have made this power outlet. This is really a U.S. outlet that would charge your battery pack. So people think it's a good idea. So $85, and they say buy. That doesn't mean they get it yet until these people get enough money to make their factory work and get this going. But it looks like they are over their original campaign was, so 1,000%. They got much more money than they wanted at the beginning. So probably they'll make this product. And sometimes they don't get enough. Of course, they wouldn't get enough. So that's Indiegogo. But Kickstarter is another one. Let's just show you Kickstarter. This is used in the U.S. I don't know if it works in Ukraine or not. If you had your own idea, maybe you wanted to, even if you write a book and you wanted to sell a book, you could sell it on Kickstarter probably. Has anybody heard of this Kickstarter? So you can view a project. Just a minute here. I get. So this is somebody's project here. That's something else. Let me back up here. That's just a. Okay. My computer's running slower when we got this going. Sorry. So I'm interested in technology. So there's 600 live projects, 650 different things that people wanted to sell that you can invest in. You can give money to these different people that make this, and then what you could do if you've got an idea to make something, like say this, here's a portable iPhone camera grip, the best one ever built. So you put your iPhone in this, make it look like a camera, the old kind of style camera. And so they've already got, you have a certain amount of time that you want to, you like say 30 days, they have 30 days to go. Maybe they started with 2 months, okay? And so there's 139,000 that's been pledged to this, to make this deal. So it's actually more, 139% means they've got more than they thought they would get. And probably they'll be able to have enough to make this thing, you see. And then those people that have pledged that money, whatever it was, $20 or $50 or something, then they'll eventually get one of these when they make them. So you kind of help people get a business started. That's what it amounts to. That's Kickstarter. And if you probably aren't interested in helping other people get their business started, but what you might be interested in is if you have an idea, there's all kinds of ideas that people come up with to make something, or maybe even some people make a movie and they want to sell the movie, so they put it on Kickstarter, and people, here's 4 days left. They got 92% of what they wanted. In other words, they probably wanted about 75,000 is probably what they wanted. They have 4 days left for this whiteboard. Make a whiteboard smart. It looks like a light over top of a whiteboard. So they're getting close to there. Here's 12 days left for this deal here, the desktop laser cutter and engraver. So that's something that looks like they'll easily make it, because they're way over there funded what they thought they would get. So probably a lot of things don't get funded. They don't get enough to make it, but some of the better things would. So that's Kickstarter. Okay, now let me see what else we got here. Starting your business and getting going. Okay, and then the other thing, let me talk about these here right now on here. Live streaming, Meerkat, Periscope, and Facebook Live, Google Slam videos. Okay, so assignment 4 we're going to have starting, you guys can start on it already if you want to for your subgroup. I want you to make a video that we can put online and show the others in the class. Okay, so you might won't show them today, but you might want to look at some of these from about 5 years ago. There was what they called Google Slam videos. Okay, you can search on that on YouTube and then kind of make an idea like that for your own class. Maybe something about technology. Okay, and that'll be assignment 4. I'll talk about it next week too. That'll be the last assignment in the class. And live streaming, have you ever tried that? Like on, I don't know, I suppose it would work in Ukraine. I don't know, I've never tried it myself. Meerkat or Periscope. Now Facebook Live has it, but I don't know if it's on my Facebook yet. Have you seen about it on your Facebook? Did it come up? Anybody? They can hear me?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Facebook Live? Oksana?
I don't use Facebook, so.
Oh, you don't have Facebook? Okay. Okay, well, Periscope and Meerkat, what it is that it would be similar to what I'm doing right now as far as Meerkat. I spelled it wrong, I suppose. Meerkat is spelled with a K. Sorry, this is a K here. Meerkat. And it's not the animal, it's the app. It's the app Meerkat on iTunes, Android. So it's really, it would be on your it's not the animal, it's the app Meerkat on anyway, I'm not gonna, that's what, I don't know what kind of animal. This is the app that you would travel. I'm not going to download this, but I had it on my Android. This would be for iPhone. So live video. What you do is if you're ready to start, you would want to make a little video for your friends to see. So anybody that follows you, like on Twitter or on some social network, there's also Snapchat now would be something like that. No, Snapchat I think you send to just one person maybe. Maybe you can send that to more. Meerkat is the same, and Periscope is on Twitter. So if you use Twitter and you click on live video, and then they would see whatever you're doing at that time. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but for my students. But, and it's something probably some of you might be interested in. Facebook, I don't have my Facebook on right now, but I don't think it's working in Ukraine yet. But they'll have pretty soon. It should start pretty soon, where you just logged into your Facebook and you can click on live, and then they'll see whatever you're doing. You show them. You can show those people that are on Facebook at the same time, and they click on that link. Then they're following what you're doing. So that's Meerkat, and Periscope is on Twitter. That's really Twitter bought them. And Twitter made this one. This company came out first, Meerkat, and then the next few weeks later last year was Periscope, and now Facebook is doing it too. So that's live streaming, which, I mean, when we have an online meeting, what we're doing right now, that's kind of like I'm live streaming, and similar. But then of course, if there would be some famous person, they would have a lot more people watching. So maybe you'd want to try that sometime. Eleni, have you heard of that before? Live streaming?
Not much.
No, you haven't heard of it. But if it's especially a famous person might do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another thing I didn't talk about, the last thing before we do about the is smartwatches, which I don't know if they're not so popular maybe, but you need to know about them. You've heard about the Apple Watch and Google smartwatches. No, just a minute. Not just Google. So Google Wear. Just a minute here. I gotta see if I don't think I had one up here.
Android 12.
There's Samsung. Samsung has different ones. People think the Apple one, but really these different ones were out first, way ahead of, about a year before Apple came out. They had Android ones, but I don't know if you've seen many people with them in Ukraine. These are the Google ones, or like not just Google, but Moto 360 and Samsung and so on. Those are smartwatches that run from Android. So those are the Android. And then Apple Watch came out with theirs, of course. Maybe you've heard about that. Apple. And I think they're probably coming with it's something I'm not going to get. Of course, I don't have Apple stuff anyway. But you could have on your watch. You could look at your email. You can have your calendar stuff on your watch. They're kind of expensive, of course, but they're not too bad. You know, I mean, probably they're not as expensive as a phone, but you could watch your news, look at your email, get some notifications on there. I think the reason they're probably not that interesting is because people have their phone right with them all the time anyway, so they haven't sold a lot of them anyway. And of course, they have fancy. The Apple ones have these fancy watch bands also. Another thing I should have added to our topic.
So colorful.
What's that?
So colorful.
Yeah, you guys like the colors, yeah. The other thing I should do is Fitbit. Have you heard of Fitbit and those kind of things? With health, let's call that health and fitness trackers. I don't know if they use like the Fitbit health and fitness trackers. Okay, let's go over there to them. This might be something if you're into exercising, which I know I need to do more. You can wear these. It's not really a watch, and they're cheaper. They're not. They came out before the watches came out. Um, they track. Fitbit would be one of them, and so it tracks how many steps you make in a day. Has anybody wore one of these or heard of these? Fitbit?
I've heard about them a bit.
Yeah. Here's what some of them look like. They have different ones. Zip, the Flex, Charge, Alta, Charge HR, Blaze. There's all kinds of one. So this is maybe some of these are watches now too. The newer ones are watches, but the older ones, like the Flex, Fitbit Flex. Okay, so that's somebody would wear one like this here. Probably would show your. It says I could buy it right now, but I don't know if I would want to. It's $80.
But what do they show on the screen?
Some of them don't even have a screen, but you could. So what they show is how many steps you made in a day. Like if you want to have 10,000 steps in a day, and it might show your blood pressure. It shows your how many your pulse, how many times your heart beats in a minute, stuff like that. It's about your health, and so a lot of people at home use those now. I don't have one myself. So $80. It used to be $100. That's that would be one of them. There's other companies, of course. They have different competition. Health and fitness trackers.
There is a similar app for Android phones
on your
called
phone?
New Walk.
Yeah. Some of those about walking. I tried the apps on my phone for walking, but you know what? It was kind of crazy because it didn't seem like it was working very good. I don't know which app do you use, Elena?
I have New Walk.
New Walk.
New. Yeah. New Walk. Not a new walk, but NOOA.
N.
No, just the letter N.
Oh,
N as in Nancy.
Yeah.
OO and K.
Oh, Nook.
Yes.
Nook Walk. So that's what it's called, Nook Walk app for Android. Okay, so yeah, probably I tried an app when I was in a bus, riding in a bus, and then when I got out of the bus, I looked down and it said I'd walked 200 steps or something. Well, I hadn't walked at all. I just in a bus, and of course the bus was moving, and so that made it look like I was moving. But if I want to see how many steps I take, so the app didn't seem like it was working. But anyway, that could be your app. We talked about smartphone. Everybody has to tell about smartphone apps, so that'll be yours. If you want that to be your app, you want to tell about, or do you want to tell about something else?
That can be it.
Okay, Nook Walk app. Okay, so in other words, you download it and it tells how many steps. Does it tell it doesn't tell your blood pressure though. There's no way it would know your blood pressure, would it?
No, it doesn't, but it has, like, this version is free version.
Yeah.
So it counts steps only.
Uh-huh. Just step.
But I think there is
a paid version. If you had a paid version, maybe it would show more, huh?
Yeah, it has advanced version. But it isn't free. So I don't really remember what features it has.
Yeah. Well, probably I don't know. Probably they'd have to have, the one thing about those on your arm, you see, that's touching your skin, and it's probably somehow it's measuring your veins. You know, it knows what your pulse is, and somehow it knows your blood pressure too, which is amazing. But I don't know if you're interested in health stuff, those things might be kind of interesting. So what I'm going to have on the girls that came on later, Sasha and Yulia, we have an exam at the end. I don't know if you guys will have an automatic or not. Probably you will. Some of the students will have to answer 3 questions on the exam. So one is questions about software, one question is something about hardware, and the other question is the rest of the stuff, like we have programming languages maybe, which is somewhat software, and then these extra things that we're talking about today and maybe next week too. So, Oksana, do you have an app?
But what about our test, like exam test or something like that? Will we write something?
No, I told at the beginning of the semester I thought we had Zolic, And so that's what I said. We have a written test, but we won't have a written. No, we won't have anything written in this class in the new information technology because we have. I heard the other day we have an exam now. So.
But
But you don't have to
we've
worry,
got some.
Oksana. You won't have to worry. You'll have an automatic. You've been coming every time.
But all of us got some points for this previous semester for this NIT class. Like in our.
From Yuri. You mean from Yuri?
Yeah.
What? So
What about
you didn't have an exam at the first semester?
We just like got some points, and now we should plus to these points our new points and then exam.
I see. Okay, well, I'll talk to Yuri. I don't know about that. It used to be 5 years ago. I taught first semester and second semester in it. So yeah, that's probably. I'll talk to Yuri and ask him about that. But as far as I'm concerned, you'll have an automatic. Those of you that have been coming, it's just the students that don't come is what they're going to have trouble. So, okay, so Oksana, you want to tell what your you can tell about your Android or some kind of an app. It doesn't have to be Android. It can be.
To be honest, I don't use a lot of unusual apps.
Yeah.
I have some dictionaries.
Yeah.
Like on my Android, for example, I use Deutsch dictionary with
German
definitions, like German dictionary, but it doesn't have like Ukrainian words, just like definitions. And I really like it.
What's the name
of it? Deutsch.
Just Deutsch. Okay, so is it German English or what?
Not just German.
It's just called Deutsch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I spelled it right. Deutsch.
Deutsch. I can write.
Deutsch. Yeah. Anyway, German dictionary. I use on mine. I use that Abilingua. I suppose you guys use that, don't you? That's one app I paid for. Abilingual. You guys use that, don't you?
Duolingo?
No, not Duolingo. No. ABBY lingual. I don't know how you guys pronounce that.
Abby.
Abby. Okay, Abby. Okay. Abilingual. Lingual. That's a good one for that's what I use for my dictionary, but that's okay. So you like your German one, huh?
Yes, and also I have some applications for cleaning my memory, such as FastRAM Cleaner, Just Cleaner.
What's it called?
Just Cleaner and FastRAM Cleaner.
Just Cleaner?
Yes, Just Cleaner.
And Fast?
And FastRAM Cleaner.
FastRAM. One word? 2 words?
Just 3 words.
FastRAM Cleaner.
Fast, RAM, and Cleaner.
Okay, and the place where Elena works, and Yuri, he told us the other day about this, their Mac Keeper program, and then they have PC Keeper. Now they're going to have one for Android, and something for Android. I don't know what's the name of it. You know what it's called, Elena? For Android?
Smart Android.
Is that what it's called?
But still, they're working on it.
No, it's not finished yet. So it's going to be okay.
Yeah, so it's not finished. They're working on it, and they have lots of plans, but not sure how that's gonna work.
What about for? Are they going to make something for iPhone too? For cleaning iPhone?
Oh, there is one service that deals with cleaning Macs, and they also can help with
iOS,
like iPhone. Yes,
yeah.
iPhone problems. But I don't really think that they have an app, or they're working on.
They probably just same as Mac Keeper.
Yeah.
They don't really need those. Apple Mac, I think they don't really need those. But and I don't really use Oksana. This Just Cleaner and stuff. Does it help you? Does it help your phone?
Yeah.
So how does you have to push a button and run it, or does it run itself? Is it?
I can.
You don't have to show it now, but okay. Let me. Just Cleaner, yeah. Okay. So and how often do you run it? It's kind of like CCleaner on a Windows, I suppose.
We can scan for junk.
Yeah.
And also it has battery saver in it.
Yeah. Okay, Just Cleaner. I'll try it sometime. Just
and
cleaner.
we can optimize our smartphone with the hub.
Just a minute, I'm going to answer my phone. Yeah, yeah. Can I call you back? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll call you back in a little bit. That was a call from my dad from home. I didn't tell him what I was doing right now, but I don't. It probably wasn't that important. Okay. So Sasha, would you have an app to tell about?
Yes, of course.
Something that we haven't heard about.
So I have Office Suite. So it's app. It's like a storage of different files and application, but also with help of this program, I can open different files such as docs or I don't know PDF, and then download another program. Also, I use Ukrainian-based dictionaries, pretty good dictionary, because there are a lot of different words plus different phrases with these words, which is hard to find in other dictionaries.
Well, okay, so the name I missed the names of them. The Office, was it just from Office? Microsoft?
Office
Is that what?
Suite.
Huh? Microsoft Office Suite.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's really, is that from Microsoft itself or not?
No.
It's a different name.
Microsoft.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then what was the next one you told about your dictionary?
My dictionary. Mm-hmm. Ukrainian-based dictionary.
Ukrainian best?
Yeah, best dictionary.
In like that?
We have in this dictionary. Yeah, we have pronunciation. If we have connection to internet, we can hear pronunciation of words.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll have to try it. So it really is a good dictionary, huh? It's
Yeah.
Ukrainian for Ukrainian definitions.
Ukrainian English.
Oh, it's Ukrainian English. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll have to try
Yeah,
it.
Ukrainian English, but different phrases, idioms, and so on.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's not just words, it's idioms. And you think it's better than Obilingual?
I use Ebilingual at home in my computer.
Yeah. But use Ukrainian Best Dictionary. Is this the right way to do it, huh? Ukrainian Best Dictionary?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'll try it. Is it free?
Yes.
That's one thing about that Obilingual. That's on my phone. That's one program I paid for. Most Android stuff I don't pay for, but I think that's worth it to pay for that one. For me, it was to get to download the dictionary, the words and stuff, word files. I think it was worth it. But most of my apps, I get free apps mostly. People on Apple stuff, a lot of times they have stuff they paid for. What about Yulia?
Yep. Well, I have a DU battery saver that like closes programs that are not necessary in this moment, and in such a way so the phone works faster. It's it makes one of the options of Clean Master, because actually it also makes like cleans the phone. So another one is Clean Master. With the help of Clean Master, I can also delete some programs that are not necessary and make some space on my phone. Then these programs have widgets. One of them is like a quick button that optimize the phone. Then the next one is Polaris Office, Polaris Office, with the help of which I can make and view as PowerPoint presentations and Office documents. And I have also Flash Player for viewing videos on websites, and then offline dictionary, but it's only with the Russian language. There is no Ukrainian translation.
It's called
Then,
offline. That's what it's called. Offline dictionary.
yeah, it's called offline dictionary.
Okay.
Then Cool Reader. Cool Reader is for books. Yeah, Cool Reader. And also I have app for AliExpress. And
For buying stuff from China.
for social, yeah. And Evernote.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I use Evernote. You use that a lot? I mean, you have stuff saved there? You look at it often or not?
Quite enough.
I
I just do some notes not to forget, but some things, maybe some names. But I don't like that. Maybe I just need to update in this version, but it doesn't work as reminder, or it does.
yeah.
So
I
can.
use Google Keep.
It's just
I have Evernote, but I don't seem like I use it very much. I mean, I put stuff in it, but I don't look at it every day. No. I suppose it.
So like these notes don't appear at my screen when I need it. So like do this or that. So I can just look here and see what I noticed.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's why I don't really. So it has some drawbacks.
Well, I suppose one thing about Evernote is a quick way to make a note instead of writing it on a piece of paper. Like sometimes I put stuff on paper, you know, and then I look at them later. But Evernote would be a way. Then from there you can put it into your Word files or spreadsheet or whatever you want to do later. Although,
yeah, but I need also a reminder, something like that. But Evernote, it works like only like a notebook.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
I use. Go ahead.
Kika Keyboard. It's one more app. It's like for making my keyboards like colorful, like space keyboard and something like that.
What was the name of it?
Has also.
What's the name of it?
K-I-K-A, like keyboard, yeah.
Kika keyboard.
It has some emojis, like
emojis, yeah. Emojis. I use SwiftKey.
And that's it.
Mine is SwiftKey. What I use for my keyboard. That's okay. Okay. Well, okay, that's good. I'll tell you what I use. SwiftKey. Have you heard of for note taking, which you had Evernote. Okay, I use Google Keep. That's a good one. And I have
use Google Keep. But I used Google Keep.
Yeah, Google Keep is good. I use that. To me that's the same thing as Evernote. Notepad is a good one. I think it's called Notepad. Color Note, not Notepad. Color Note, sorry. Color Note.
Oh, Color Note, I also used it. I use it out.
And GTask, I use GTask. That's really, it connects with Google stuff. Connects with Google Tasks by your email as a Google Task. That GTask is and I use Out of Milk. Have you heard of this one? Out of Milk. Yeah, I think you would all.
I had all of them, but not Out of Milk.
Yeah, that's a good one. All of you guys would like to do it for shopping. If you make a shopping list, you should try that one. That's my recommendation for the day. Out of Milk. That's a good one. Now what we're going to, just a minute. Oksana, did you have any more apps you want to tell about? Or Elena? We did this thing. Yuli, we're gonna give you we're gonna see your screen now. Put your screen. Make sure you're like your browser. You're gonna be the presenter now. We did this. I'm giving you a link here. We'll see your screen now instead of mine. Yeah, okay, we're on your screen, so you can show open another window or something, another browser. We're looking at your screen now. Be careful what you open, but just so you understand how to do this. You can go just open another browser window. Slide those the videos out of the way a little bit. You can close the videos for a second. No, don't close that. You don't want to. You don't need to chat with the sales representative. Okay. So anyway, in other words, if you're in a meeting, see then and we wanted to see your screen. You understand what we're doing is we're giving you the you would go ahead and tell us something. Like for example, with those apps, you could have had a list of apps that you had on your phone, and you could have had them written there. We could have watched them. You know what I mean? First, you can open up just close that window, that thing with the chat. Close that down. I think you understand. What we should have done. What I'll do in my next class, I have the same thing in the next class. I'll tell them to have it on Microsoft Word, and then we can watch what they're telling their apps. Okay. So now, I'll take the presenter thing back from you, and then I'll be the. So I'm gonna show my screen again. So now, are you back to my screen? Okay, we're back to my screen. I should just tell some more of my apps, maybe. What about?
Вагається.
Вагається? Ви теж. В мене тільки написано.
А я думаю, можете піти, якщо що, я піду і скажу, що я на ніч не була, і через то я не вивчила, але я покажу, що я написала. Як задумка.
So why don't we say that's enough? You guys probably have something else to do. You understood enough about this online meeting, I think. There's other online meeting places. WebEx, GoToMeeting is one that we're using. GoToMeeting. I suppose you could probably do Skype and also maybe TeamViewer. TeamViewer is maybe not. I don't know if you can have a meeting. Has anybody heard of any other program, something like this? One thing we probably could. So, I'm going to say we can sign off now, probably. You guys will get the points for this third assignment, those of you that were here. So.
Thank you.
Yay, it's working.
Yay!
When you became the presenter, you can do this thing with this red marker, or there's I should have let you do that highlighter. Highlighter is when you want to mark something. See, like this here, and then there's the pen.
Да.
Forgot to do that with the.
Yeah, we'll see. May we go?
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
Because we have another class now.
See you in the next other classes tomorrow or the next day, whatever it is. Tomorrow we have data security tomorrow,
Yes.
and we won't do it online. I'll come to university tomorrow. And then we have. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. I'm not even. I don't see the video, so. Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All for now. Yeah. Bye. Class is over. Bye.